I like the Lion King reference.
Thank you. Thanks for getting that. Yeah. Okay, so as Jeff said, we all had our cream, because now I'm going to start talking about bugs. It's going to be pretty fun. Okay. So I'd like to take us on a journey to the future. Let's say the year 2050. Okay, we're sitting around the dinner table. We're about to enjoy a nice hot meal lovingly prepared by our futuristic robot chefs. And what's on the menu for today? Is it beef, chicken, salmon? Probabilistically, no. Facing a growing population that will likely exceed 9 billion by the year 2050, more and more people are beginning to realize that the way that we are eating is unsustainable. Okay, I mean, a UN Food and Agricultural Report in 2006 showed that 18% of all greenhouse gas emissions came from purely the meat and dairy industry. Compare this to the 13% that comes from the entire transportation sector, and we can see what a bad situation we are in. So, looking at a scientific lens, eating meat is one of the least inefficient, the most inefficient ways to get the energy that we need to survive. But what should we do about this? Should we all become really strict vegans, or should we start eating weird translucent meat out of petri dishes? I mean, that would be really cool, and go for it if you want to. But trying not to sound like a really bad infomercial, there is a better way. Okay, so what's on the menu in 2050? What are we about to eat? Most likely, some good silkworm tacos, or caterpillar curry, or cricket flour fritters. The reaction that some of you guys are having right now is the same reaction that a lot of the Western society gets when confronted with eating bugs. It's this gut reaction of disgust and revulsion that we don't want to go near anything with 6 legs. But this isn't a normal thing. 2 billion people, over 2 billion people in the world, estimated, consume bugs on a regular basis as part of their major protein source. In Mexico, chapulines, little roasted crickets, are eaten as snacks, and in Thailand and a lot of Asian countries, you can buy insects on the street the same way that you would buy a hot dog on the street in Manhattan. So really, we are becoming a minority who are too disgusted to eat insects. But if I am heralding insects as this food of the future and alternate food source, why is that? What makes cricket tacos better than a hamburger? First of all, and I've already sort of touched on this, sustainability-wise, insects are much better. Okay, they take less energy to make the same body mass, therefore we need less land to grow their food. In California, we're confronted with so many drought issues. Insects take less water to grow the same body mass that cows or chickens or pigs do. Also, they can virtually eat anything. So just picture the log dining of the future. Instead of scraping your food waste into the compost bins, you could combine that food waste with cornmeal and soy, and basically recycle your food into the dinner that you're going to eat 3 months from now. It's a really cool idea. Don't let the disgust turn you off. Also, economically speaking, insects are a much better choice. Just looking at something that you can feed 12 times less food to get the same amount of nutrients, you're looking at a better choice. Also, insects, the cost to produce and harvest insects is low and getting lower as more people adopt this lifestyle. Also, just health-wise, insects are better. There are a lot of cool fad diets out there. Insects, guys, get on that. Nutritious food. They have more protein per ounce than a lot of other foods. Beef, which is heralded for being very high in protein, on average, insects have the same amount of protein per ounce as beef, and some species even have more. So, for the gains, do it. Also, they have a more available source of iron than a purely plant-based diet. So, it's better than just going straight vegetarian for your health. Also, they're more taxonomically different from us as humans than pigs and cows are, so there's less of a concern with transferring diseases from food source to consumer. So why, if insects are so great, are they not on the plate of every American diner in the world? In America. Of every American diner. In a word, disgust. People being grossed out by insects is the main, and some would argue the only reason that we do not see them as a major food source in Western countries. But this too could change. Consider the lobster. Not so long ago, the lobster was seen as a vacuous bottom feeder not fit to feed to anyone but prisoners. But now we see it on the dining plates of the highest of societies. So I'm thinking it's not too long until we see crickets or grasshoppers on the plates of the president and the first lady at White House dinners. I think that is a reasonable future expectation. We are in a really great place right now. We are on the brink of a bug revolution. Okay? We have a chance to change the way that people look at food and sustainability as a whole. And you can be a part of this. In the works right now is the idea for a Roble insect taste test dinner slash snack, where we as Roble students will get to watch and prepare and then eat the food of the future and welcome it with open arms in true Stanford fashion. Eating hamburgers one day, hopefully, will only be something that out-of-touch grandparents enjoy, like black licorice or casual racism. There are a lot of things that we need to iron out if eating insects is going to be a reliable food source, okay? But it's the idea that counts. Eating insects is an idea with legs. 6 of them.